The one I'm going to be working on next week. That's my favorite painting. My farm here is the farm that I grew up on, and it's on the old Sardis Pike outside of Maysville, Kentucky. We raised tobacco and cattle. We did a little bit of everything. We even had hogs. We each had a cow. The cow had a calf. The calf was sold and went into your savings account for your college education. I didn't think I had a choice in life. I'm going to college, but I'm going to major in art, which was another kind of scary thing for my parents because we didn't know an art teacher, let alone someone that made their living as an artist. And I knew if I didn't have an art teacher in high school that all the city kids that did have art would be ahead of me. When I was in the 7th grade, there is a correspondence commercial arts school in Minneapolis, Minnesota, meant for adults to go get a job in commercial art. And I sent off the test, the drawing test. They sent back, said I did great on the test, and they wanted to have an interview. The man that came to interview me that day, he didn't know when he showed up that this was going to be a little 7th grader. So he said to my parents, "Do you know how many kids want to play a musical instrument, and 2 weeks after they get it, it's in the closet?" And my mom and dad believed in me enough to say, "Well, I think she really wants to do this. I think she can do it." I had 3 weeks before I was to graduate from UK with a degree in art, and I thought I should go past the placement bureau, and my parents would appreciate it if I looked for a job. So the one day I chose to walk past the placement bureau, there was Hallmark. And I didn't think how unusual it was. I go, "Oh, Hallmark cards, wow." So I made an appointment for an interview, got my little portfolio of artwork together, and at the end of the interview, he was so nice, he broke into song. He said, "You wanna go to Kansas City?" And I said, "You darn right I do." First 3 kids that stood up to introduce themselves to the new artist class were from the Ringling School of Design, Parsons School of Design, Rhode Island Art Institute, and then me, the University of Kentucky. And all of these art students that went to art schools went, "University of Kentucky? Do they have art in Kentucky? I thought they just had basketball and horses." But they got me. So at that point I said, "Wow, I better get good before they find out I'm not good enough to be here." So the work ethic that I learned as a girl growing up on the farm came in handy then. Sometimes you get a subject that they want on the card that you have no understanding at all about. So you research, do your style, and when they love it, you do the dance of joy. After 30 years in Kansas City, where I lived, 143 of us lost our homes to NASCAR. The whole subdivision was bought out to be a NASCAR racetrack. And my dad passed away first, and then my mom. At the same time, I had inherited the farm here. And so it was God's way of saying, time to go home again. I'm just glad that I went with Hallmark when I did and got the opportunity, because it changed my life. It was like a dream come true. And coming back to the farm and painting the farm as a tribute to my parents, this was a wonderful place to grow up. In my travels, I run into people who would love to do what I'm doing, but are scared. At a certain point, you're afraid to take the chance. And I think maybe that's the thing that my parents instilled in me. If you believe in something and you want to do it, take the chance. When I look back on it now, I can't believe they did that. I just must have been a pest. You know, I must have been a pest, but I was determined. I've numbered my paintings. On the back of every original will be a title and a number. My first painting, of course, was number 1. And the last painting that I did was 15,672. When you paint a painting and you know it's going to not go in the trash 2 days after the birthday, it's going to go on somebody's wall. There's a human connection between you as the artist and the person buying the painting. That feeling means more to me than one of my designs for a greeting card selling, 500,000 cards. People go, aren't you burned out? And I go, no. I feel obligated to the people that have collected my work over the years not to let down, to be constantly trying to grow as an artist. And I figure there's a lot left to learn.